Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 82 of the Realm Recap. I am Jason from Yakface.com, joined as always by Flyguy from Flyguy.net.
Good evening, interwebs. Good evening. So we got another huge show here, guys. There's a ton of stuff in the last week.
I thought last week was big. I mean, we hadn't done a show for, a few weeks prior, and there's still, as expected with the lead up to The Force Awakens and, the holidays especially, there's just a lot of news coming out. Unannounced product hitting retail, new stuff hitting earlier than expected. It's just been a really busy
TV spots by the ton.
Yep, it's just been a really busy week again, and it's, as the show title is called, thankful for Star Wars. That's where we are right now. It's like if ever there was a dark time, we are well beyond that as far as content, new product. Just everything. I don't know how people can complain about anything Star Wars right now. There's just so much out there.
This is very, very true.
It's
only going to get worse and build up more.
From the variety of products available to the different types of media available, different trailers, magazines, just everything. There's just so much out there right now. It's just, I didn't think we would be at another point like this in Star Wars fandom, quote unquote, but
that's true.
We're in the middle of it, and it's about to get even better, I think. So anyway, we will start off, as we always do, with collecting news. The big things this week, starting with Hasbro. Again, we talked a little bit about this on the show last week, was the Walmart exclusive Imperial Shock Troopers were starting to hit retail. I know a lot of people were finding those because it was thought they were going to come out Sunday prior, and it was kind of confirmed that no, they weren't going to be available for the launch of the game weekend. But then, like the next day, the night of our last broadcast, they really started showing up at retail.
That's right.
And I was lucky enough to, after our show, it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, I think, I went to my local Walmart on the way home and found a case. Some people were able to follow along because I periscoped my adventure going into Walmart.
Fun. It was fun watching your adventure through all the boxes, trying to tear them open. So
yeah, essentially I was stalking this product, and I just so happened to bump into it. I had no idea, and found out that they come in a case of 6, and it's a pretty decent piece. I mean, it's a pretty no-brainer piece.
It is, yeah.
From Hasbro, a simple repaint.
It's a really strong repaint. I mean, the red is a very strong, solid color, obviously, but it's it's an Imperial Stormtrooper. I think I got it just on the Saturday, I think, just before you. But tons of people have been picking it up. And again, thanks to your information, I don't think we would have really known otherwise. You were kind of posting a lot of information about where and when it was going to be available, and so it was hence why I picked up in your reports and ran out and managed to find one, kind of mangled one. You got a box there. So people are still in the hunt for this. I think this one is going to be, just my view, is going to be tough. Because when else can they really release this? It's a kind of one-time deal.
Yeah, it's going to be, it's not going to reship in any kind of heavy quantity, I wouldn't think. It's going to be, kind of a game launch type thing for the holidays probably, and then after, the first of the year, you probably won't see it again.
That's it. So, there's a lot of international people have been tweeting privately to me as well, so, try and help me get this, and I've looked and absolutely going. So, robotkingdom.com for a lot of overseas people is a great place to get it. They have them. You can buy them. I think that's the only hope for overseas outside the US. It's just... I don't think this was a UK. Did this come to the UK at one point, didn't it?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, they got it at least. So
was it? I'm not as
Argos? Argos in the UK. I can't remember.
Or something like that. I don't know which one.
But I would pick this one up, and I think you probably say the same. As he's going to go. He's going to shift quickly, and we probably won't see him again. So don't delay if you get a chance.
Yep. Let's see what else. The next one here was also the availability of the Walgreens exclusive 6-inch Darth Vader Emperor's Wrath figure. we talked about this a little bit on last week's show. That is, essentially, it was thought that it was going to come out after the movie. That's what the Walmart purchaser, Stephen Gannett, said on Twitter a few times, but it did show up early. It did start showing up overseas early, which was kind of a clear indication that, you know, it might actually hit retail in the States earlier than expected. But it's a cool figure all around. I picked one up and I was able to monkey around with it a little bit. I had the feeling that, with previous experience with action figures and me messing around with things as I do, that there might be a little bit of fun to be had with that figure, where I did another Periscope video and I was able to shine a black light on the Vader, and with the type of plastic that's involved in its molding, the underlying skull really, you know, kind of fluoresces under UV light, so it looks like the electric, you know,
effect is
it's pretty decent. I mean, the photo I have taken doesn't really give it justice. You might be able to tell a little bit better in the Periscope video that I posted. You could see that video on our YouTube channel as well. There's a separate YouTube channel that has Periscope only videos. But yeah, it's a fun figure. It's a all new head, so it's not quite as, I mean, I think people complained a little bit about the sculpt of the original Black Series helmet being two pieces, and it was just a little awkward in its shape. But this all new head is a much better sculpt, and it's a cool figure.
I didn't notice through the plastic that it was an all new sculpt of the helmet at all, but the helmet came off, and getting a little closer look at the skull, as your photograph we were just sharing a minute ago, I mean, there's clearly blue, kind of shock, purple blue, whatever you want to call it, across the skull. So it's a really nicely done piece underneath that mask. I'm waiting for someone to get an X-Acto knife and slice it open and get a look in there just to see what's there. So I won't destroy mine, but feel free to send us a link if you've done it. So that'd be good.
Yeah. What also is cool about that figure is, wasn't really advertised in, you know, because Hasbro had shown that this was coming out a while ago. They didn't really reveal that the hand was removable.
That's right. I know. I was a little surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, the little painted wire effects on the right hand, and it is the right hand, not the left. The right hand that is removable. So it's
a nice
figure.
I think it's suffered a lot. I've noticed this from a few Hasbro photographs and just my opinion on it. But there are some terrible, there are some terrible glam shots sometimes taken, because the one we discussed before was Vader's holding the lightsaber in a very kind of weird pose, and just and yet the one that we got, someone, I think it was a fan on Instagram, you shared it and I shared it, the one that he was kneeling down and, you know, kind of almost it just looked more similar to the movie and had a better look about it. So it's a much better figure, so don't be put off by some of the photography if you've seen it where it just doesn't look quite right, because it's actually a really good figure.
Yep. And then I've seen a lot of people, well, not a lot, but a few people online who have taken this figure and customized it, where they've taken the helmet and they've just painted it black in order to replace the helmet that was on the first release Vader, just because the sculpt is so much better overall than the first one. So it's got collectors from different groups wanting it.
You know, we're going to get another Vader. I mean, it's like, just, you know, look at 3.75-inch Vader from Hasbro. It's you're not without plenty of choices.
Right.
You will get the 6-inch Vader again in some shape, size, or form. So you'll get another one.
Yeah. A New Hope one would be nice.
Exactly.
Let's see what else. Next here is the
Mickey Cool.
The Walmart exclusive Black Series figures are starting to show up more and more at retail. I don't have a link here posted, but various people on social media and, you know, other sites have posted that the Kylo Ren, the Stormtrooper and the Princess Leia Yavin ceremony figure have been showing up around the US quite a bit. So that's good. It's nice that they're hitting kind of, right around the holidays and also before the movie. So,
well, I mean, again, like we saw, I think it was Seamus Gamus who shared with us a couple of weeks ago. His shelves were full of this stuff originally in Canada, and we still hadn't seen a lot of it. And then, literally within a day or two of that tweet, boom, they all just arrived. So there's a good chance they're still coming. So I just hope they're not short on numbers, because those troopers and the Kylo are going to be like gold. People are going to want them badly. So
they'll be popular.
They will be.
Let's see. Speaking of more Walmart things, the Kylo Ren we had talked about on a couple shows prior. The one that's exclusive here in the U.S. at Kmart is starting to show up at Walmart in Mexico as it's exclusive in their stores, which is kind of cool. That it's being spread around to different retailers around the world in that way. So.
Yeah, it's just been the year of exclusives. There's so many to keep up with. It's everything's exclusive, just like Funko. It's kind of hard, but cool.
Let's see what else. The you had shared one here of the Kylo Ren also showing up online through a few different online retailers.
Let me just have a little look here. Where are we?
6.
Yeah. Yes, so that was Robot Kingdom. My apologies. Yes, the same kind of thing. Basically, just if you hadn't got the Kylo Ren Kmart exclusive, you weren't in the US and you couldn't get it overseas. I was talking to a friend of mine in the UK today, and he wanted to get that one. So yet again, robotkingdom.com. Big Bad Toy Store, I think, is also now stocking that too. It's a little bit more pricey at $40, but it is available. And again, just my recommendation is with exclusives, get them because the aftermarket price. The one I think we briefly touched upon last week, the Amazon 4-pack, literally nearly jumped like a third in price. It's still going for about $130 as opposed to the $80 that it was before. So yeah, don't hang about with some of these ones. So yes, there's a few around if you want to get them.
Yeah, and speaking again of those 6-inch exclusives, the Entertainment Earth one is shipping now. The one that includes the Crimson Stormtrooper and the Black Astromech droid and stuff. Those are starting to ship out and be received. So look out on your doorsteps for those if you happen to pre-order that.
Yeah, definitely.
This one was revealed today. There was various covers revealed for Empire magazine, and there were 6 newsstand covers. There's a subscriber cover, and then there's also this one that's exclusive to Sainsbury's in the UK, and it's a special Kylo Ren vintage looking cover, but it also includes a Hasbro Force Awakens Kylo Ren figure, which is a pretty cool presentation and an offering over there.
It is. It's something really nice. Empire is a British magazine originally, and very popular. And we love our magazines in Britain way more than you guys for some reason. And yeah, it's 12 quid in the UK or $18.15 or 12 cents over here. So it's kind of pricey, but I mean, you're getting the mag and you're getting the figure. So it's a repacked figure, but I know a lot of people are going to be grabbing this thing. So nice thick cardboard kind of mount with a figure underneath there. So yeah, that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I think it's pretty nice. My sister-in-law Becky, she lives in the UK, so I think I might have might have an outlet to at least the stores in order to pick up a couple of these. I know guys from the Wolfpack podcast want some, and so I'll be hitting up my sister-in-law pretty hard for Christmas for some of these things. It looks like
sure. Alternatively, you could buy Empire US magazine and buy the figure and just did some tape and slightly different, but that's the cheap method. So
that collector gene.
I know.
It's again, and what's also interesting about this is limited to only 4,500 copies.
That's right.
So, it's not a lot, it's not a little, but in the UK. I'm not sure how that translates as far as, you know, how fast that would sell through. And so I'm hopeful that I can get one. We'll see.
It's very rare. I think the UK gets a chance to get something like that first, which is good. It shows the kind of strength of the market is growing, and you know, there's 65 million people there as opposed to 300 odd million people here. So it's kind of different. But I'd imagine you'll get a lot of them snapped up, and on eBay, sadly, they'll be flogged off for others overseas and things. So
Right. Well, let's see what else. Speaking of the UK, there was a few shows ago, we talked about the Force Awakens exclusive Armor Up figures. Those are exclusive at Toys R Us. It included the Poe Dameron with a couple different, you know, switch out Armor Up gear, as well as the Captain Phasma. Those are starting to hit retail over there.
Yep, armor for the armor on the Captain Phasma.
Right. It's like Iron Man inside of the Hulkbuster.
This is true. This is very true. That's a good way it could be done. So yeah.
I want to find these. I hope they make it to the US at some point. I don't know if, I mean, I assume they're going to show up at Toys R Us here as well, but I haven't seen anything.
I would think they would, but I mean, the Armor Up figures are pretty much sold through in most places that I've seen. They've been popular enough. They're certainly not warming the pegs as some people were predicting.
Yeah,
I can't remember. So yeah. So yep, keep an eye out. Let us know. People have really good tweeting information to us in the last few weeks. It's been really good. Lots of tweets and news. So thank you to everybody who does it. It's much appreciated.
Yeah, that's where a lot of good, you know, store reports and, you know, just the general temperature of, you know, the retail, you know, scene. A lot of that comes from social media. So
totally,
people that follow us on there keep sending us reports, and you know, at least I do. I post them quite often on, you know, Yakface.com and Facebook, and those get broadcast across different social media channels. So yeah, it's good to help out other collectors in that way. So yeah, keep sending those in. Jedi Temple Archives posted earlier tonight an unannounced Toys R Us exclusive, apparently. More repacks, sadly. These are basically, last year we had those digital release commemorative sets that came in those white boxes. There were 6 different ones, one for each episode, 1 through 6. These are the same thing, but now they're bundled together by, you know, prequel trilogy, original trilogies. So you get 6 figures in one box, or one set, 6 figures in the other. Again, it's not the greatest. I mean, for you and I probably, but as a gift giver, or, you know, someone who's, you know,
sure. I think this is the mom and dad crowd, and the kind of, hey, do you know there's a new Star Wars movie coming out crowd? You know, it's like, yeah, okay. So, and grannies and aunts and uncles buying kids for the, you know, stuff for their relatives for Christmas. So,
yeah, I mean, it makes sense for, you know, in some weird way, you know, to get, I mean, you get troopers, you get heroes, you get, you know, soldier, you know, it's a very mixed assortment of figure types, I would say.
Yep.
And
just again,
you know, like, I think it was kind of cumbersome last time where you had to try to pick out 6 different sets if you wanted to collect them all, if you were a gift giver or just a collector in general. Here you pick up 2 boxes and you're done. You know, you get all of those figures. So it's probably a good thing from a Hasbro standpoint, but not from a collector standpoint.
Yeah. I think with a certain movie coming out, they'll shift.
Yeah. Also announced earlier this week that there's a toy awards, that's an annual toy award going on, and longtime Hasbro designer Mark Boudreux, who has designed every Millennium Falcon since 1977, he won Toy Designer of the Year for the new Battle Action Millennium Falcon that is out in stores currently.
I was kind of like, the thing that struck me was, I would have given him an award 10 times over for the vintage collection Millennium Falcon.
Oh, for sure.
I'm kind of like, he gets an award for the Nerf one? I'm like, really? But
I'm not sure what his competition. I mean, it was the BMF. Was that even submitted as
probably no, but it just he
contender
deserves an award. He deserves an award for that. And I'm taking his award that he's been given for that, and I'm saying, hey, Mark, you really got it for your BMF in my book. That's because that was stunning. That really was.
Yeah.
But
he definitely has a passion for Star Wars.
Sure.
And, you know, his detailing is incredible on the products he does design. I mean, he just hasn't done the Falcon. He's done other vehicles as well.
Sure.
So, yeah, it's well-deserved honor.
And the Falcons are good.
Yes. Let's see what else here. Let me scroll around here. My little computer. Dorkside Toys pre-Black Friday sale.
Yeah, so Black Friday's coming. If you weren't aware, Black Friday's a holiday here in the US. Not really a holiday, it's a shopping holiday. It's a day when people shop. So from Thanksgiving, in fact, from now, a lot of places are literally have sales going on, but Dorkside Toys kicks off on Thursday, 6 p.m. Central Time here in the US. And I'll just open that up and have a look. If you're looking for some Star Wars goodies, you can grab them at that time. So I think that's about 1 a.m. in the UK, 12 p.m., 1 a.m. in the UK. Check it out. There's a link there to see what time it is in the countries. But there's a couple of good bargains on here. The Mafex 6-inch Vader was a particularly cool one you can grab for $29.99, which is pretty damn good, I think. I think I'll have to get that. Things like Cody at $12.99. There's Stormtroopers for $12.99. There's a ton more going to be added onto the site. There's a bunch of pops to go in there too. But a great time to pick up some, you get some army building done for $12.99 for some Stormtroopers. So, and lots of other stuff, pops and Marvel, and a lot more will be added. But yeah, and just those Imperial Forces trips we just mentioned earlier on, they're loose as well if you're overseas, and I know import tax hits a lot of people. So if you want to buy just one figure, like I keep wanting to call that the Hip Hop Trooper, the red Crimson Trooper, because he looks like the hip hop cosplay trooper guy. So
you need like the gold chain around his neck.
The gold chain, exactly. He just needs the boogie box, and he's box. So someone's got to make a custom of that, I'm sure. But yeah, they're all loose as well. If you don't want to get the full box, which I know would impact a lot of people with import tax and stuff. So yes, lots of other goodies, and I finally got this week the little BB-8, and I completely omitted getting it, the Uncursed Thug and Jakku scavenger, but I love the little BB-8. He's so good. So that was a definite little pack for me. So anywho, so lots of Black Friday deals are coming.
Nice.
BB-8s.
Speaking of deals, you also had a link in here for the Target exclusive Riot Control Stormtrooper with Poe Dameron set.
Yeah, just in case anyone hadn't got it, I love this set. I really like the figures. The Stormtrooper is just really a Stormtrooper repack, but I'm just still surprised it's in stock, and it's 20% off if you spend over $50, I think it is. So the pack's $40. So all you got to do is buy something. I don't know, buy something for someone, for something for Christmas or whatever, or buy Jason and I something. There you go. There's an excuse to get your 20% off. But 20% off is a pretty good deal. So yeah, I just went on the other night and was just very surprised that it was still around. The Kylo Ren has sold out. The one from Kmart. The Snowtrooper is sold out at Toys R Us. The Star Wars Shock Trooper Battlefront has gone from stores pretty much. So exclusives don't generally last. But I don't know, were you picking this one up or Bodhi swerving this one? Or
Yep, I've got that one. Luckily, my brother-in-law, it's kind of funny. He and I kind of shop for each other across the U.S. He lives in Seattle. I live here in Minnesota. So, we're constantly texting each other, saying, oh, I found this in stores. And it's like, do you want it? And I'm like, sure. He finds something for me, and we essentially swap and then send each other $5. It's like, it's very,
I like it.
Very supportive. It's funny.
That's the way you gotta be. That's the way you gotta be. Help people. So.
You got to network to collect sometimes. But also regarding Target, I think at least this week, there are signs posted for 20% off any toy purchase this week at Target. I know there's a number that you can text in order to receive an instant mobile coupon. So if you're looking to buy this exclusive set, or even the Special Forces 6-inch TIE Fighter, which is in a lot of Target stores right now, you could use that 20% off coupon on that as well. So it's pretty cool in order to if you're looking to save some cash for either yourself or for gift giving this year. It's good. I think it's good on your total toy purchase, 20% off. So,
I think it's just that the promo code is just toy. I think it is. That's what I had the other day.
Something like that.
Just toy.
You have to text toys or toy.
Or you can put it online when you check it. That's what I did.
Yep. So you'll see a sign posted if it's not clear on how we're trying to explain it. But yeah, if you're looking to save a few bucks here and there, you can do that.
It's the way to go.
Let's see what else. Moving on past Hasbro news for this week. Sideshow, Hot Toys, Gentle Giant, Funko, Lego. Lots of good stuff this week from those brands. Hot Toys had posted in well, I don't know if it was Hot Toys themselves, but there was a publication out there that gave a reveal teaser of some new 1/6 scale figures from Hot Toys that are coming out soon, or at least they're going to be solicited soon. The Rey with the BB-8 and the Finn.
I'm going to skip that one.
You're going to skip both? It looks
the one with BB, I think for some reason that Finn outfit and weapon just seems to be everywhere. I don't know what it is. Yeah. It just doesn't seem to be shifting at the moment. I think it's probably not the most exciting suit that he's wearing or going on, but was he in Stormtrooper armor? I think he'd be flying off the pegs. So, yeah, I think the cloth material, everything looks good. So it'll probably be the usual Hot Toys, impeccable quality and amazing facial sculpts. So they'll probably be stunning. So yeah.
It's nice, since it's been all armor all the time with Hot Toys and The Force Awakens.
True.
So far, it was only a matter of time before they would have to get to human characters. So it's not really surprising that they did start off with Rey and Finn. Poe is going to be next. I would bet. So.
I'm sure that they've got plenty more to do with the armor. I mean, they'll do the kind of Black Widow or the Red Special Forces TIE Fighter. I'm sure they'll do it at some point in the line, some Toy Fair exclusive or something, and there'll be plenty more armors, I'm sure, coming. But yeah, it's nice to be able to get those. So I guess the kind of original trilogy characters will be at some point down the line. So I'm sure we'll get a Han Solo. So that would make sense. So. Looking good.
What else? Hot Toys, I think it was today, they had posted some teaser images from a show that's going on in Hong Kong. At least coming up or soon of their. We had shared this before. There was the 1/6 scale Millennium Falcon that is coming out, but they've also done a First Order transport from
It's insane to think this is 1/6 scale. I mean, this is Brandon Flores' kind of territory, crazy. That's huge stuff. But yeah, these are 1/6 scales, so roughly 12 inches in height of all these figures. So this is massive. So yeah. Yes, this is there's a lot of stuff. Hot Toys seem to be moving in this direction, so we'll see what else happens. But yeah, there's a few other shots there next to the Falcon. We don't have them there, but yeah, this is a big beast.
Yeah, they had a couple nice images of the troop transport landing next to the Falcon, and you've got Phasma coming down the ramp, and you've got all these troopers around, and then you've got the Falcon, which is enormous.
I know.
It's just impressive the work that Hot Toys does.
No, it's just crazy just to think, where would you put that thing? Oh boy.
Yeah. Let's see. Speaking of First Order Stormtroopers, Gentle Giant announced their Stormtrooper mini bust from The Force Awakens earlier this. I guess it was last week.
That's right. Good looking too.
It's pretty decent. Yeah. I'm not sure if the link works anymore. I had heard that they had pulled it down.
Those are more photographs.
But
let's just see whether that actually loads. Yep, not found. Yeah, so they must have moved it, I guess. Or
yeah, I searched around a little bit on their site and they couldn't find it. So I'm not sure what the deal is with that right now. But like many minibus over the past, couple years, it's over that $100 price point, which is kind of I don't know. I would say it's kind of a turn-off point for a lot of people that have collected this line, for a long time. They didn't. They were half that price, I think. Starting out, with licensing costs, I assume, and the technology that's involved in producing them. Prices have gone up quite a bit. So it's a nice-looking piece, but I don't know.
Well, I think
the deluxe one, maybe, where it has switch out parts, or you could convert it into a first order officer or something, but it seems pretty plain for that 110 price point.
Yeah, it does, and that's not even including shipping. So it's very pricey for something that really isn't articulated. It's very, don't get me wrong, it's painted beautifully, and I'm sure like all Gentle Giant stuff is, but when you consider literally what is it, $189 or $199 for a Hot Toys Trooper or something, which is articulated and lots of weapons and swap out pieces, it just doesn't seem right at that price. It seems a little too expensive. So
yeah,
might be losing some customers on that one, but they have kind of slowed down a lot of the releases anyway. I think we talked about the last time. However,
what was next? Lego buildable figures.
Yeah. Yes, the Lego, thanks to my buddy Matt Studshooter, he highlighted this, but a few key Lego sites got information on. We'd actually seen these in the Lego Club magazine that came out. These were in the centerfold, but we got a better kind of closer look at the high-res images this week. There's Finn with his lightsaber and blaster, which fires studs. Kylo Ren, bound to be incredibly popular, I'm sure. And Finn, or Rey, I should say, with her blaster, Poe Dameron, more of the boxed shots, and there's a Phasma in there somewhere. There we go, there's the Phasma, which looks really good.
Yep.
The one thing about these is all the helmets are not really Lego pieces, they're all custom built pieces. So if you wanted, it's an expensive way to do it, but it's a kind of helmet collection or a whatever you would want to call it. But I mean, that's a very weathered, very detailed, I can't make that any bigger, helmet if you think about it for Lego, which is normally all no weathering, no effects, but that thing's scraped and scratched. And so, yeah, very cool looking indeed. So they are coming early in January, I believe. So roughly around $24, I think it was for these figures.
Yeah.
Something like $19 to $24. So I may have to get that. My Phasma sickness. Although you've developed a Phasma sickness, I see too.
Yeah. People who follow me on Twitter have seen updates. It seems like I've done a couple a week. I've added to the Phasma shelf at my work. I've kind of expanded from my current collection at home to work now.
Exactly.
It probably makes my wife happy that I'm not storing as much stuff here. Yeah, I've got like I said, the growing Phasma display at work, and I might have to add that Lego buildable figure to that shelf.
Indeed.
Let's see. Finally, this week for those collectible bits was Funko Smuggler's bounty boxes. Those started going out to subscribers. To be honest, there's been mixed reaction to the subscription, because they kind of threw a curveball into the mix where they teased an exclusive pop, or at least two. They teased one at the beginning before that started being released, the Chrome Captain Phasma, and there was always known there was going to be a second pop included, but we didn't know that there was going to be a variant of that second one in the box. So people who have received theirs, I don't have mine here, I have it at work with all my other pops. The box included, I have the box here handy, for people who haven't seen, I did a Periscope opening of my box, but here are the boxes from Funko for the Smuggler's Bounty. Very cool presentation. Open it up and it's got a little deal in here it's got space for like a pin and a patch that was in there, but it also included space for 2 Funko Pops. The Captain Phasma was included, obviously, and it was awesome. But the TIE Pilot, there's one of 2 available. There's an all black version, and there's also a Special Forces version, which has the 2 red stripes on the helmet. And what we didn't know prior to those being sent out was that the red stripe version is packed 1 in every 5 boxes. So essentially 20% of the shipments that are going out have that Special Forces TIE Pilot in there. So it commanded, a lot of them went right to eBay. I saw, well, not a lot, but there were quite a few auctions that started off, you know, from $100 to $300 for this exclusive pop pilot. So,
and it's great. I mean, it's literally just a lick of red. We're just showing it on screen there just now. If you're watching us, it's a lick of paint. But yeah, I'm not over the moon that Funko did that. To be honest, I just feel if you're paying your money for the box, well, damn well make sure you get your exclusive pop. That's the point. Getting a variation within it. Yeah, that's just, I don't know. That doesn't seem right to me. But they haven't done that with any of the Marvel pops at all, as far as I know.
Yeah, I don't know. But like even the box. So the Special Forces Elite one is number 90 of the Funko Pop line. Mm-hmm. The regular one is number 89. So, you know, people who are OCD and have a issue with lining them up sequentially, you know, by number, you're going to need that 89 to fit in between the 88, which I'm not sure what the 88th one is, but yeah, it's just weird that they would even renumber the box and redeco the box to show that it's a different version.
Well, I see a lot of pop. I buy a lot of pop. I buy pop. I buy a company. You know, yeah. Pop is wide and long, and if you even try and collect any kind of range, you are going to go mentally insane. It is ridiculous the amount of variations they have. And I know you've just kind of started on your Star Wars stuff there, but it'll get worse and it will get crazy. So you just can't collect them all. You just can't. It's
well, even when there are variations or exclusives at retail, they're still, you know, regular MSRP. You know, it's like you're buying a $10 one that's exclusive to GameStop or whatever, you know, I guess they're $12 or whatever they are. You know, it's still relatively, you know, reasonable from a price standpoint. But then you have something like this that's only available in this box in, you know, 20% of the boxes. It's
But then you get New York Comic Con stuff. You get San Diego Comic Con. I mean, I collect Shaun of the Dead, a new line that's just coming out, and I pre-ordered a bunch of them, only to find out that what was 2 pops is now multiplied into 5. It's all the same pop, but they've just blood splatter, non-blood splatter. One's a zombie, it's like, come on, it's, and that's only the beginning. So that there'll be, you know, I don't know, a gold version and a silver version and a metallic. It'll something like that'll happen. So.
Funko's got the variant thing down, that's for sure.
Yes, they do. They do indeed. They know how to make a variant or 10. So that's something you're gonna watch. It'll drive you nuts.
So, and also, speaking of that box, there are also variant shirts in those boxes.
That's right.
There are 4. So the shirts are spread out equally as far as, or at least what I understand. There's Kylo Ren, which was the one I received. Stand up here quick. Kylo Ren, he's very fun. There's a Snowtrooper. There's Captain Phasma. and there's a heavy Stormtrooper, heavy gunner Stormtrooper, whatever they're called. So
yep,
those 4 shirts.
Do they come in the box like the one I shared a few weeks ago?
No.
The pop box? No,
No,
just in back. So you don't get a little standee, like a little the
they
little
come
cardboard
in a cellophane bag
with no little cardboard standee inside
nope,
it. No.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And that box also included a lanyard, which has the little pop. Sure, there's a little Stormtrooper on there, little Force Awakens, cool. And then there's also the pin, which is Kylo Ren. It says,
and the first sort of emblem was the patch, wasn't it? Is that right?
Yep. No? And then the patch was the pilot, the TIE pilot. Pretty nice. I mean, it's a great box. I mean, the value is all there for sure. If you're a subscriber or if you're thinking about it, definitely I would recommend getting into it, because everything in there is exclusive. Everything in there is, relatively, worthy, I would say, of the box. Like you subscribe to some of the other boxes out there and you just kind of get some knick-knacky type stuff or whatnot. But yeah, I think it's worth it to subscribe if you're at all attracted to a dedicated Star Wars box of merchandise.
Well, the thing is, you don't even need to subscribe as such. You could even just pay every intermittent box and kind of. So the next theme, it seems, is the Rebellion, and BB-8's on the box. So if it's some kind of chrome BB-8, oh boy, gotta pay that. But
I saw earlier tonight on Twitter from one of the guys over at MakingStarWars.net, Ron. He had received some, he had a little bit of teaser information that the next, or one of the pops that's included in the next box is flocked.
Well, Chewie's already, actually Chewie has not been flocked yet. Not the new version, the new mold of Chewie, which is really cool. I think he's a really good looking mold.
Yep.
So that could well be one of your pops.
Yep.
Who else could be flocked? Kylo Ren, flocked. He's a little hairy. No, I'm kidding.
No. Snow Deco.
No, I don't know.
I'd take that. But yeah, it's probably going to be Chewie, and then there'd be the second one. Who knows what that'll be? So that one won't be out until January anyway. So,
well, the nice thing is you get to see at least a little preview of the pop, or one of them anyways, so before the box comes out. So it gives you a good flavor of it. So yeah, I noticed a few people this week were like, spoiler alert, and I'm like, it's a Smuggler's Bounty box. Come on, it's not. I was like, you can't. Yeah.
What I
thing that it wraps. So
yeah, what I kind of found interesting about the box itself was, with that TIE pilot, it has either the black or the special forces. Does that mean that you're not going to get one of those at retail?
That's a good point. I think, again, what it might well be is the Smuggler's Bounty box is only US. It's not available outside the US. So those potentially could be exclusives for other markets or...
Right.
So, yeah, it's an unusual one for them to do. I'm very surprised they did that to release. One version would have been, you would have thought that main TIE Fighter pilot would have sold at retail.
Right.
But I guess now he can't. So...
Yeah.
Unless they chrome them or add something else or removable helmet or something, or, they'll reuse that thing. They're like Hasbro. They're not daft. So,
let's see. Who knows? That was that bit of news. A couple other things here. Medicom Toy had revealed a couple announcements this week. There's a 1000% bare brick Darth Maul that is coming out.
That's like 12 inches, isn't it?
No, this is like 27 inches.
Wow. Holy balls, that's big.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, those are pretty big, the 1000% ones.
That's massive. Yep. 27 inches?
Yep.
Jeez, that's... If
only it wasn't
a human being. Wow, that's... I love the head, but the body is just, it's got this little weird fat middle-aged belly. It's like, what?
It's got the paunch.
It's got the paunch. It's middle-aged mole.
Yeah, beer belly mall.
Beer belly mole. So,
so if that doesn't tickle your fancy in regards to size and cost, there is also a 2-pack coming out. We had talked about one of the figures last week, the holographic Darth Vader. There is now a 2-pack called the Sith Lords 2-pack, and that has a, like I said, the holographic Darth Vader as well as a Darth Maul apprentice. Smaller ones, regular size bear bricks, about 3 inches, whatever they are.
They're much cuter. 3,000 yen. That's what, maybe about
$21.
$21, yeah. Whereas the other one was 36,000 yen, which is going to be about 80, I think, 36. Oops, yen to US dollars. I'm just completely interested to see how much this huge, massive.
It's probably like,
oh, it's $300. That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah, there was, I think last show or maybe the show prior, we had talked about the holographic Darth Vader one. I think that was in this scale as well. So there's a Asian market for those 1,000% bear bricks.
There is. No, I understand. I understand people can collect it, but that's just a lot of money for a beer brick. I love the English translation there. Kindly please forgive on the occasion of goods off.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Consumption tax will be charged, so do not consume. That's I love the Vader. The Vader is very cool, the holographic Vader, and I love the price point much more. But oh wow, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think I sold Chris Perillo on the 2-pack purchase through HobbyLink Japan because I think
saw that. Yes,
that's. I mean, if I do decide to buy it, we'll see. That's who I'd go through for that.
Yeah, he needs that. He needs a little holographic one for sure. So Vinylmation, I think, still is the next thing we have.
One more here, and above that, the Disney Elite Darth Vader. That went up for auction, raffle, whatever you want to call it, at Disney stores on Monday. Went online for sale today. Today's Tuesday still. Yeah, so people who are interested in that diecast line that's exclusive to Disney Store, you're able to pick that up. So I think a lot of people have been interested in that figure. So more so than, like, let's say the Anakin that came out 2 weeks ago or whatever it was.
Did you pick up any of the diecast line?
I'll get the Phasma. That will be the only one I want, really. But I haven't picked up any so far.
Yeah, I know a lot of people were raving, but as soon as I got one hand, I was kind of like, don't know.
Yeah.
Different.
Like, now anyway. What?
Yeah, a whole other line to collect. It just, anyway, my thoughts.
What else? More Disney Darth Vader news. I saw this posted over on Vinylmation World. There is a Vinylmation Darth Vader figure available as part of their Eaches line, which is a line of individual Vinylmation characters. There's a chase in this line as well. You either can get the removable helmet version, which is the more common. Otherwise, I think it's a 9 to 10 ratio.
10,
yeah. So 9 of 10 will be the old Anakin underneath the helmet. Otherwise, you'll get the painted Darth Vader, helmet version, which, again, like any chase, goes for ridiculous money on the aftermarket.
Yeah. Nicely done little touches with the Return of the Jedi elevator shaft there.
Yeah.
And
it's got I thought the best touch was the clear hand.
Oh, good point. Good point. Never noticed that.
Yeah,
That's really clever. I like. Oh, it keeps something in the back one. That's a nice touch. I like that. That's also, I believe, the ramp of the shuttle that he's lying his head against. I think.
I didn't notice that. That's a good catch.
I think it is. I think it is. So nice little details on these guys. I don't understand the iches.
Yeah.
Spanish for something? Am I missing out? But
no, it just means each. You know, like there's only. That's the only figure available in the series. So
okay.
I think there was a. I'm trying to think of who it was.
That's a fairly sizable range, 2250 edition size. That's not bad. That's not crazy.
It's kind of limit. I mean, when you figure when that Darth Vader with the helmet on is only one of 9.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, those again, they go for quite a bit on the aftermarket.
Everybody loves a chase. It's always fun until you don't get the one you want.
Yeah. So I'll buy one in hopes to get the rarer chase, but I do have quite the little collection of Violation figures for some reason. Again, I think it's trying to fill that Kubrick hole that has never been filled.
I understand.
Let's see. A couple of custom bits here. I picked up a really cool custom online. Again, another Darth Vader piece. This was off of someone I follow on Instagram. This person has a Etsy store where he has a 6-inch scale Darth Vader helmet, what I'm calling the relic from The Force Awakens. And it's
so you tweet, that's really well done.
Melty Darth Vader helmet that's in the 6-inch scale. You know, it's super detailed. It's kind of has like a bronze-ish look to it as well.
I mean, that's another Kylo that Hasbro could easily redo, is a kind of red-tinged Kylo. I'm giving them copyright stuff here, but a red-tinged Kylo from the Starkiller, the blast in the trailer.
Yep.
With that helmet, boom, another Kylo could be released. So there you go.
Yep. So this was I thought it was a cool pickup off of Instagram and Etsy.
Nice. That looks the part. That looks exactly like it.
Yeah, he did a really great job. So that person's, I'm not sure if he has any left. I think he was only selling 12 at the time. His name is Jamie Sapp. Well, the Etsy page is Jamie Sapp with 2 P's art. All one word, Jamie Sapp art on Etsy. So I think it was like $12, which is nothing really in the custom world.
That's nothing. No. That's a great little piece for that.
Yeah. So I'll have to figure out how I'm going to display it.
You need a little plinth, a little Sith gallery now to go with that.
Yeah,
so.
I'll need a little, I don't know, some sort of a column or something for it to sit on.
Talking of Kylo.
Yep, Kylo Ren. Brandon Flores has shared more progress of his command shuttle, his 6-inch scale command shuttle. I can't believe how big this thing is going to be.
I can't believe how quickly he's turned it around. It was less than 7 days ago we were sharing this cardboard thing, and he's painted it and tweaked it and got the lights going and little first order flag.
Yeah, it's got the cool like windscreen there, or the windshield, the red. There's, I mean, even since I've posted the link in our show notes here, that he's had more progress done. He's had some size comparisons with some other customs he's done. It's just an enormous piece, and it's really well done. He's got lights. It's got like an engine glow. It's got just all of this stuff. So
it's got a working toilet on board. Yeah. It's got like coffee machine. He's unbelievable, Brandon. He really is.
Yeah. So
super talent.
If you're interested in customs of any of that sort, follow us on Facebook. We share that stuff quite often, and we share that on Yakface.com as well.
Indeed.
What else? SH Figure Arts Riot Trooper, you had shared this.
Yeah, this kind of there's been a few toy releases in Japan. A lot of toy kind of exhibitions have been on, and a lot of things just suddenly got released the other day. A lot of Mayfix products were released. SH Figure Arts released a lot of stuff. A lot of kind of that crazy Japanese, normally scantily clad young girl stuff, but in amongst it was this beautiful looking, and this is how we should have got the First Order Stormtrooper, I think. I think this was Hobby Link Japan. I linked through to here. They had it. I think it was, Black Nova Toys. So, I mean, the one we got from Hasbro, I don't know whether what you thought about it, but the baton is kind of crap. Doesn't really hold his arm very well. And it's limited again in articulation. It is, of course, a $20 really product, but that's the way it should really look in terms of the baton, whatever you want to call it. But it's this kind of pose that I thought, that's what we need. So it just looks really good. I've never had a problem with SH Figure Arts. Some joints can be a little loose, but I just really liked it. And I thought that's what we needed. That's what the way it needed to look. So, yeah, especially after seeing that trailer. So,
yeah.
And it's, go ahead, sorry.
I was going to say, it's interesting that Hasbro chose to sculpt the baton in its closed format versus extended, because like you had mentioned, the baton shape is quite a bit different on the SH Figure Arts piece, because the little, I don't even know what the hell you call them, the little parts, they kind of extend out in order to be electrified.
That's right.
If you've seen the trailer, you know what I'm talking about. Hasbro is more sculpted like the image you're showing now, where it's kind of closed up. So
it's, we get rid of the baton and the shield, and you've got another First Order Stormtrooper, really, if you want in the SH Figure Arts size, which I think the first one they had, if I'm right, sold out. So it's a great way of getting this. It is a little pricey. It's $60 from Black Nova Toys. I've heard good things about them, but shipping cost the US $13. So you're talking about, you're not getting much change from $70. So it's an expensive piece, but for a lot of collectors out there, it's don't know, very tempted this round. I managed to get my Phasma SH Figure Arts after it's sold out everywhere. So yeah, but what do you think? You one for you, or you kind of?
I'm very tempted. I've pre-ordered a couple of the other SH Figure Arts ones through Hobby Link Japan.
I missed it.
Yeah, I was able to get the Phasma. I'm trying to think what the other ones. I'd have to check my records. But yeah, I'm interested in this one.
Yeah, me too. Talking of Phasma, I think if I'm right for the next
more Phasma stuff. Let's see what is on here. Moving on to TV, movie, book, and game news. There were a lot of clips. We aren't going to share all of them here, but there are various TV spots and 30-second full clips of stuff that has been posted in the past week. Basically, if you turn on the TV now, you're going to see something from The Force Awakens, and it's all good.
Yeah, I think it kind of started off for me, I think, in the last week with the Riot Trooper, when he extended his baton, and you're like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Then BB-8 rolling around the Falcon, which was pretty impressive, and another shot of BB-8 rolling up some grass, and just little snippets here, there, and every single TV spot was slightly different, and enough to just make you think, what? For something that they said no extra trailers and nothing else, they just they lied. They just
no trailers, but 65 television spots.
Exactly. So I'm sure to the non-huge Star Wars geek and fans like us, it's what's different, but they're all different. So there's always something in them. So.
Yeah, those people aren't downloading each one once they get posted online and freeze framing them, side by side to see the changes, because there was like even that you mentioned the BB-8 who's rolling around inside the Falcon. There are two different cuts of that where he's just rolling around, and there's another one where he rolls around and he shoots like a cable out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
it's crazy. Didn't even see that.
Plenty of Force Awakens footage out there for people that are wanting to see pretty much everything until the movie comes out.
For sure.
Props from The Force Awakens. Wired.com had posted a article showing off like 50 shots of different props, from weapons and helmets from The Force Awakens. Really pretty cool presentation, I would say.
Just beautiful. These, oh man.
There's a lot of detail revealed here, from, official designations of what weapons are called to a reveal of a character name is in here somewhere.
That's actually very, sorry, I was just going to say, that's very accurate even to the Hasbro one. The red wire there is even prominent on the Hasbro blade there, and the kind of colorization on the Kmart one. So yeah. Sorry, you said that there's a character's name. Oh, that's right. There is a character's name in here somewhere.
Yeah, I don't even remember who it is, but yeah, just the different helmets, and you get to see.
It's all the weathered stuff as well. It just looks very Star Wars, that kind of lived in look.
Yep.
Real life stuff.
Different style helmets.
Isn't that Biggs family crest?
Kind of like
that. That's kind of dirty.
That's kind of like an old school, that's
yeah,
like
it is actually. You're right. Yeah.
Trilogy helmet.
And the sleek, slick TIE fighter. God, they're gorgeous. The props are just beautiful. They really are.
And some of the names on the weapons too, like that blaster that you had just shown was like called the Hut Slayer or something like that.
Oh, really? Wow.
There's, some of the weapons have comments underneath.
Finn's blaster. They just look fantastic. Really dirty, lived in, beautiful looking stuff. Yeah, very crazy and made of bits of bone and stuff. And I guess the scavenging planet of Jakku, that's what all of it's going to be. Very good. Oh my God, there's 50 photographs here. We could be here all night, but there's, you get the picture that, and even hats.
Yeah, what was cool, we hadn't seen that, that hat was blue. That First Order officer hat. It's like, I didn't know that there was a different color involved.
There you go.
So
yeah, enjoy the gallery links in the show notes. You can have a look through.
Very nice. Let's see what else. There was a new image of Captain Phasma that was shown on Empire Online. I think that was yesterday that got posted.
Very unusual photograph. And thanks to you, I think you posted some of the high-res links I remember seeing of some of them. But, well, that was the covers. But very unusual the way she's posing there. It's kind of weird. But
yeah, it looks very...
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of odd. But yes, lots more stuff. Thankfully, it doesn't spoil anything, so nothing wasted there.
Let's see what else. Let's see, the Star Wars Card Trader app. We haven't talked about this in quite a while, but there's going to be a bunch of new cards coming out.
Well, funnily enough, the link I just checked a minute ago, and it's been taken down.
Oh, it has.
So the guys at Coffee with Kenobi must have maybe got a slap on the wrist or something. They've taken it down. But it was, I remember reading it and seeing it. I don't know if you saw it, but from Thanksgiving here in the States, that's Thursday the 25th, 6th, the Force Awakens cards basically will be getting the vintage treatment again with a black background.
Yep.
The vintage classic, or they call it vintage, it returns, not the 1977, just vintage, it returns. That's black too. What else was in there? There's a lot of stuff coming literally from the 26th on, so save your credits. You're going to need them, or buy some. So
yeah, I think Jedi News had posted an article about that as well. So if that's not up on Coffee with Kenobi, you could head on over there and check out a preview of some of the cards that are coming out.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Last night on Jimmy Kimmel Live, which is a television show, they had J.J. Abrams and some of the actors from The Force Awakens on the show, and they did this little I don't even know what to call it. I didn't watch it live, so I'm not sure in what the context was, but they had a shot of Jimmy Kimmel showing off a J.J. Abrams Black Series figure, which is actually a custom J.J. Abrams head on the Han Solo body. And then they had a Princess Leia figure with Jimmy Kimmel's head on it with the buns. But essentially what it was a kind of a first look at the upcoming Black Series 6-inch Leia that's coming out.
That's right. That's what I was going to say, yeah. But hopefully she doesn't have a beard. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, nice little figure. What else did we have?
Star Killer blueprints.
A quick look at it. This was just something that turned up in Wired this week. Barely got a chance to look through it, but very unusual for them to release that. Was the Wired magazine again got a huge special this month on their current issue, both available in stores and digitally. Yeah, they gave out the blueprints to Star Killer base. So if you too want to work out what is going on in the base, you can. So fun enough, it reminded me of the Build-A-Blade lightsaber kind of connector pieces when you look at it that way. But yeah, so
yes,
something to be had from.
I was kind of surprised that didn't get more attention than.
Yeah, it kind of died down, didn't it?
Yeah, it was just kind of like a one, half a day kind of thing that got thrown out there. But yeah,
I think it was the music awards, the American Music Awards seemed to kind of dominate with.
Right.
Was it some guy from New Direction was wearing a terrible suit or something, and suddenly that was more important. Crazy stuff.
Let's see what else. Google and Star Wars joined together for a Force Awakens experience. You had shared that in the notes here.
I did. Did you try that out at all? Did you look at it or no?
No.
Okay. Shame on you, Jason. Shame on you. Google.com. If I share my browser there, if you're a Google sleazebag like me, it's not a problem. You would have jumped straight on this. But this kind of background wallpaper, every time you can download a little Chrome extension. Hopefully it'll change. There you go. It changes every time you open a new tab. You get a new still from the Force Awakens. Some are just in gorgeous high quality. My monitor here is relatively large. But yeah, every time you open up, you get a little different exclusive shot. That's just one of the things that they've done. But Google and Star Wars, if I Google, you can hopefully see what I'm doing on screen here.
Yep.
But google.com/Star Wars. If you use Gmail, if you use Google Maps, things like that. For example, Google Maps, your little place pointer on the map suddenly becomes a Millennium Falcon and it hovers above where you are and it moves around. If you Google the words a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, you get a completely different, you get your search results done in the 1977 crawl. It's very bizarre. But yeah, across lots of things, wearables, Google Calendar, Maps, there's a little Chrome extension I talked about. You can change your avatar and add a little first order or light side, dark side, light side. So there's all sorts of stuff that goes on. If you let the full extension go in your Gmail, your little loading sign becomes a lightsaber. There's a ton of fun stuff that's going on. So if you really want to have a play with it, join the light side or the dark side, and you can have a look at it. Let me see if I can show you the. So if you go to google.com and you type in long time ago, and far, far away. That should work. I think it was that. That was the phrase. No, it doesn't work there. Oh, I tweeted out anyway. I tweeted the exact phrase you got to do.
Yeah.
A long time ago, and Galaxy Far, Far Away. Anyway, it plays the 1977 crawl. It turns your search results into that, and it gives you some. There you go. It works. So there's that. There will be music playing. It's now muted, but there you go. If you were so turned on in the way to do it, you can get your search results in the 1977 crawl. So anyhow, I digress. I talked too long about that. That was kind of fun. What's next?
Google apparently had some time on their hands in order to develop all that.
I think they're a bunch of nerds and geeks like us, so I think they just got a little bit excited about it. So yeah, they did that. Then the next one was me as well.
Yeah,
I haven't had the chance. Yeah, I haven't had the chance to watch through this all. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but I watched literally a few minutes just at lunchtime. But this is it's called Star Wars: A New Gaming Era mini documentary, and it's a YouTube video. It's about 15 minutes long. Let me just share this on screen, and it touches on a little bit of the Disneyland Star Wars launch bay, the kind of relaunch of the kind of Star Tours-ish area, I think, within Disneyland. But it also touches a lot on, there's a lot of shots here from Battlefront, from Disney Infinity, lots of interviews with developers. They're talking about how they got inspired to do it. It's a nice little documentary, very interesting indeed. Little tidbits about Disney and what they're planning to do with some of the other franchises. But basically talking about the new era in games, particularly from a Star Wars perspective. So 13-minute little video on YouTube if you want to watch that.
Nice.
I shall watch that later.
What else? George and Disney discuss.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't know if you watched this. I'm sure you did.
Didn't. I was almost afraid to. I don't know. I don't know why.
This is George is getting old, and he's getting a little grumpy, I think. He had a discussion with Good Morning America, a little sensationalized, or CBS This Morning, I should say. And this kind of, loads of sites jumped on it, and kind of crappy magazines jumped on it, and, really just misquoted it. And, George hates Disney, and, Disney hates George. And
like the breakup.
I think, yeah, there was all this dramatic kind of stuff, it was like, you can just see the BuzzFeed links from now, George divorces Disney or something. It's all very dramatic. But the point was, he's clearly a little miffed at some things, and there's a little tension there. But they shook hands. And he's very clear. He signed it over. It's no longer his.
Yeah, a couple $1 billion will do that.
This is true. So suck it up, George. You spent a lot of money, but a lot of people were kind of divided. And I don't know what your thoughts were on it, but that he, people were saying, good, he's no longer involved with the Star Wars franchise, which was kind of nasty considering he created the damn thing. But I kind of see some of the points in it. But, the prequel 3 movies weren't quite going in a direction that a lot of fans, not all the fans, but a lot of fans were against. And The Force Awakens seems to have changed that back quite strongly for everybody. So, I don't know. It seemed to be Disney were making movies more for the fans rather than for whatever else it may be. But if you've not watched it, then you've not watched it. But it's well worth a watch, I think, if you want to understand more about George Lucas. So
yeah. Let's see. That brings us to our reviews and our new toy purchases and acquisitions for the week. As far as reviews go, what did you have this week?
Probably the same as you. I think I talked about the Shock Trooper, I think, but Starkiller Base and Emperor's Wrath were 2 figures this week. We talked about them tonight. So I really do like the Kylo Starkiller Base. I'm really quite impressed with that. The one thing it seems to be lacking is peg holes, and my camera's gone all fuzzy. The peg holes in the stand is something that's missing, but other than that, it's a great figure.
Yep.
So. And the other one was the Emperor's Wrath figure, which we talked about. Again, really good figure. I was not thinking that was going to be something that was going to be good, but it turned out to be very good indeed. So yeah, very happy with that.
Let's see, what did I have? I had, we had shared that prior, at least at the beginning of the show, the Imperial Shock Trooper, where I had posted my little mini review and toy guide update. Again, like I mentioned, it's a pretty no-brainer figure for Hasbro to come out with. A lot of, it's essentially a repaint, but it makes sense for as far as the game goes, and it's a decent figure overall. It's nothing to complain about, I don't think.
Not at all. I mean, I think Walmart's the price was like $19. It's incredibly good.
Yeah, $18.92 is what I purchased it for.
Yeah. So it's a very good price indeed. So
yeah, so
he's going for a lot more online.
If you are unsure about it, you could check out my review there quick on Yakface.com and check out the toy guide images as well.
Which you took a ton of images of this thing. There was angles there I never even knew existed. So you've really done a good job in this. All sorts of stuff, like kind of walk like an Egyptian images. And that's the one thing that really came clear. I noticed it when I was doing a review, but it really came clear in your images there was the kind of weirdly yellow strap. They normally would have skimped and just went all white to save money, but I don't know.
I wasn't sure about why that even happened. You know, is it, I don't know. It's just a weird color for that there.
It's another color for them to paint. So I don't know, maybe it's very strong in the game. I haven't played the game, so yep. Good figure. Good figure.
What else? New toy acquisitions and purchases for the week. What did you have for your
excuse my camera to go absolutely nuts and not focus, but I picked up this week, at which point now you won't see it, but I picked up a few comics, a little blurry, but the John Tyler Christopher action figure cover, the Greedo cover. It's all about John Tyler Christopher these days, even more John Tyler Christopher. That's a Marvel one he did. That's a more Marvel, and this was another one. I don't know whether a lot of people noticed it, but it was Wonderworld Comics had another exclusive, the vintage early bird tree. So that's another one if you're a fan out there. And I may or may not allegedly have made some deposits on some Star Wars Hot Toys.
Oh,
it may have happened apparently. So I have started going to the dark side. So there you go. Goodbye money.
Sadly, I've fallen off the vintage comic covers.
What?
I don't know how it happened. It was just all of a sudden it was like one every week started to be revealed, and I don't know. I don't even remember the last one I have. I'd have to look at my stack, but yeah, I definitely don't have Greedo or the Jawa or the first one you had shown there that looked like the vintage card back. I don't have the early bird one. I think,
well, they're all brand new right now. They've just arrived today, so you could catch up pretty quickly.
I don't think I have C3PO. I'd have to look. Everything all blurs together.
It seems like the very early ones and Boba Fett are the ones which are retaining the price because it's going on now. I think that the prices are kind of getting a little bit more reasonable, so you can pick up like the 3PO still for $3.95 or something. It's pretty cheap on Midtown and other places. So pretty low cost.
Let's see. As far as my purchases and acquisitions for the week, most of them are not here for some reason. Well, because I keep them at work. I'm on the, like I mentioned before at the beginning, I'm kind of on the pop exclusive, or at least pop figure kick right now. I picked up the Hot Topic Rey figure. What else did I get? I got the Poe Dameron from Walmart, I believe. That was we talked about it, that I had missed it on last week's show,
and then you found it,
and I found it that night after when I found the Shock Troopers. So I was able to score that one. I received, as I mentioned, the Loot Crate not the Loot Crate, the Smuggler's Bounty Box. They had the Phasma and the First Order pilot in there. Shock Trooper, the 6-inch Shock Trooper, which we had talked about, and the Walgreens Darth Vader.
Yep.
So those were my...
Did you get yours at drugstore.com? I think that was...
Yeah, I ordered mine through drugstore.com. I think there was some question, by some people about, because they had some bad reviews we had talked about last week.
Yeah. I had no issues at all.
Super fast shipping, packed really well, with bubble wrap and everything. So, and then we didn't talk about this, but they did go up for pre-order and sale on Walgreens.com just a couple days after our show.
That's right.
And then, they sold through whatever initial quantities they had, and then they pulled the listing down off of Walgreens' site, so you can't order it anymore. So I don't know if it's going to go back up or if it's just relegated to an in-store only thing now. But yeah, drugstore.com did really well by collectors that we're able to order. So.
And I can't remember off the top of my head without looking back through the Twitter feed there, but sincere thanks to whoever it was that tweeted it, both at you and I, to tell us that. I can't remember who it was. I wouldn't have known otherwise. So again, loving the appreciation and the very friendly, nice people on Twitter. Every one of you who's sharing stuff with Jason and I, just again, they share it with us. We then in turn share it with everybody who follows us. So it's a really good way of keeping in touch and making sure you get these things, because it's hellish trying to keep up with these exclusives and where to get them and how to get them. And anyway.
Yeah, I find it's a lot easier to respond and interact with people on Twitter versus Facebook or
me too.
Instagram. You know, some of the other social media outlets, it's very, it's just a better, for me anyway. It seems like
I agree with you.
Better social media platform Twitter is. So
it's all good fun.
I think with that, do we have anything else?
No, I think that's it for me. I don't have anything.
Okay. So I think with that wraps up this week's show. I'd like to thank everyone, as always, for watching and sharing and commenting. Big weekend, Thanksgiving weekend. So spend some time with your family and maybe focus a little bit less on toys. I don't know if that's even possible for some of us. But yeah, we'll try to be back next week with another show. If not, we will keep you posted through our various social media channels on our next episode. So again, thanks for watching, and we will see you all next time.
See you later.